so I can get an invite whenever. I still need to change all of the fucking graphics. Oh my god, their logo is huge. Do you know, do they just go by tap?
Yeah, just tap.
I'm assuming. Oh, I have to add scores back. Oh my goodness.
I could do the Aegis ones.
Who pinged me? Oh, okay. I just read Premiere Chat.
Yep.
Huh. Alright, well. It'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, whenever there's a lobby, if I could get an invite.
Yeah, I mean the game codes are also posted, so you can join that one.
Oh, I didn't see them.
They're in the, they're pinned in the.
Got it.
Like, I got you.
Oh, well. As I put in the game code, I get an invite. Oh, the return. They were playing on... Was he playing on an alt account, our jungler? Spizzy? Or...
For
I
the
guess I would
Riot
have
games,
been,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't want people with questionable names on their streams, so I just put it on the other.
Well... It'd be like that.
It do be like that.
Oh, did we not waive the bans?
No, because they're using an eSub. It's different.
I thought you asked. They asked if you, or you asked if you could waive the bans.
Last week.
Oh, that was last week. Okay.
Yeah, because they asked for a sub, or they moved like they did like a roster move and they were 6 minutes late on the roster move. I wasn't gonna penalize them for being like 6 minutes late. So
Okay, but this week we're hitting them.
that's right.
Are we the only team? Oh yeah, we're not on the regular game night. Okay. I was
Correct.
Like, are we the only teams playing tonight? Yeah. No, we actually are. I'm with it. We're night early and $1 short or something. At least their team isn't here yet.
Yeah, their team isn't here. They got one player in here. But...
They have 2. 3.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
They don't have a full set, but neither do we.
Correct. Well, we do have a full set. Oh. Did I speak too soon? No, Dino's not in here. There it is. Now we have a full set.
A technical full set.
A technical full set.
Wait, reserve is different than a sub?
Yeah, you have to declare who's going to be playing that week ahead of the roster lock from your reserve. Subs you can just use at will, but then you have to like switch them before the roster lock basically.
What? Tarnation?
So you have 3 reserve spots, 2 sub spots, and each week you have to. I mean, it just stays whatever. But if you want to play somebody from your reserve, you have to have them. You have to like declare it 24 hours before your match. So
That's wild. So I'm assuming Snyder and Lexus are our subs, and then Ratchet's on reserve. Is how that
I think
worked out?
technically, Sex Over Simon's on the sub list, but
Yep. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we still have Sunbay on
Yeah.
the reserve list.
Need to do some cleanup.
Wait, they have a legit Plat 1 on their roster?
Yeah, but I think it's a decade, like, just like played the placement games to count situation.
Huh. Wild.
I think, if I remember correctly, I recognize the player. Look at. Oh, but yeah, they have a sub top laner in tonight, so flat player is not
Unlucky.
fun. I mean, he's not flat, but yeah, he is flat, but he's not the skill level player.
There's a chicken Big Mac at McDonald's? Oh, this guy's in Canada. Okay.
That sounds kind of lit. Not gonna lie.
He says it's his favorite McDonald's burger. Which I don't know is saying a whole lot. We are red game 1. Okay. We have made decisions. Oh, that isn't Lexus? Oh. Alexis and Simon confirmed same player. Never seen him in the same place, you know.
It's a fun matchup. It would be fun to have Lexus play because this is the team that we lost to in finals of Aegis of Runeterra spring of last year. Or Runeterra Academy, I guess. Aegis of Runeterra. Well, it'll be an interesting game one.
Yeah, that's a statement for sure.
It's a good thing I was playing some games with Schneider earlier, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like he's played a couple of games at top recently, so
Yeah.
at least he's
Top
prepared.
is weak. That's what he keeps saying, so.
Can we ban placeholders? I don't think Aegis allows it, but no way we would care. Who are we waiting on? Oh, Max is still on the wrong side.
Well, I think we're gonna do the tool anyway first. So.
Which we haven't started yet.
Yeah. They probably needed a couple of seconds to discuss the new information that Jared is playing top this game. Looks like RTMR.
It's the box that he's been licking. Alright, they're ready for draft. Hog. We're doing it. We're in order. We're ready to draft.
We did it.
We may yet play League of Legends tonight. We'll have content for the stream.
That's what we like.
It's the whole point, really, right?
Really is. All right.
Oh,
We did it.
they did it.
The
Okay.
timer has started.
Welcome ladies and gentlemen, this is Aegis Champion League, Week 3. RTM comes in at 1-1, Team Ambition Power 0-2, but those don't matter because they were cross-group. This is the first group match that determines everything, but nothing. But
You want to be top 2.
You want to be top 2 in your group. If you're third, then you go to, or third or fourth, then it goes to this nonsense tiebreaker nonsense, and you don't want to be last.
It breaks your brain. Just be 1 or 2. It's easier that way. But
don't be last because you're auto eliminated.
Yeah.
Third and fourth, tiebreaker nonsense hell. Cool. Good summary.
Team Ambition Power is gonna. You're gonna see the Tebow and Singe bans. They have a 2-ban loss because they had an E-sub. So, those are the placeholder bans. But RTM gets their full gambit here, banning away Caitlyn, Silas, and Zaya.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, still don't get to see the Talon. It was only unbanned 1 game during the whole NACL run, and we didn't get to see it that game. So, still sitting on the ban shelf. Might get to see the Master Yi though. I kind of doubt it, but might get to. Tap, thinking of their lives over. Yuumi is a strong first pick right now, but they're going to go with Varus. Is Yuumi banned? I forgot to.
Yuumi is disabled for today because there's a tier bug where if you hop on and off of someone with tier, you give them stacks. So you can have an Ezreal with like you can have like an Ezreal with like 50 stacks before the lane starts. So.
Is that not intended?
I assume not.
Because I haven't seen any rioters like acknowledge that it was a bug or anything. It just seems like it was a thing.
Well, I think it was a patch today or yesterday.
It was yesterday. Played
Zeri
Yuumi last night, by the way, and that is a thing that exists in this game once again, which is unfortunate. But we're going to see Seraphine and Hecarim locked in for RTM.
Yep. Hecarim, interesting. I mean, it's a very safe blind pick. Can kind of do whatever you need it to, but it's definitely a little odd. Not something I'm used to seeing from Spizzy / Six Haver Simon. So
yeah, I wonder. There's no shot. It's like a weird flex, right? And Schneider is gonna take it top or something. That's a very last second Gragas lock-in for Tap. That doesn't really show a whole lot of anything. That's been played in mid, jungle, top, support. It's not quite Pentaflex Gragas, but we're getting there.
It is close. If you throw a Senna in there, maybe it does go Pentaflex, but yeah, the Gragas pick up here early side for Team Ambition Power, and it's nice to pick up those flex picks on blue side. Kind of could help you get a pick, but we're going to see Kindred, so you're getting rid of one of your flex locations that you can throw this Gragas into, and also a counter to the Kindred, so a nice 1-2 pickup there.
Yeah, but Hecarim's already pretty good against Kindred. Like, you can't duel Kindred as Hecarim, but given mid to late game, you just kind of do the opposite of what she wants to do.
Rel Hover here for RTM.
We get double. It's a horse comp. It's just a horse comp.
Now all we need is Lilia, and we'll be all 4-legged creatures.
Equestrian comp.
We get Kled in here. Yeah. What else makes it? I'm trying to think how you do. You need one more champ.
I mean,
Lilia, Kled, Rel, Hecarim.
Like High Noon Senna has a horse in her.
True.
Animations, but.
I guess you'd do like Sejuani.
Yeah, that one works.
Be it.
How many legs does Rek'Sai
have? 4, I guess, but.
Anyway, Talia gonna be banned. Renata and Janna?
Just Janna, because you get the Enchanter and it's a counter to Rel. Very easy to land your tornadoes into Rel W. But that does leave up Alistar still, and Gragas is also not easy to deal with as Rel because you can body slam her out of the W as well. So
yeah, and Thresh and Leona are fine.
Yep.
I think it's weird. I don't know exactly what we're gonna see bottom this patch other than Yumi is just incredibly broken. If you have the chance to ban that character, probably do that. If you have a chance to pick that character, also probably do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't understand why they killed her for 2 weeks and then now she's just stronger than has ever been. Um, is this the Pentaflex Cho'Gath?
Well, it is a hover, and it can flex between mid and top, so does give RTM some options here. But then you're also playing Cho'Gath. I think the champ is pretty strong right now, but
Has Caspian been playing at bottom? That's another question because then you've got
that,
Seraphine mid.
but then you have Rel, so I don't know. It could be, yeah, I guess it could be
Cho'Gath
Rel
Rel
Cho'Gath
sounds
bot.
okay. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my diligence.
Do not
on
be
it.
out here encouraging UV bans. Yeah, I think we always encourage UV bans.
Alvander, my resident Yumi expert over here, Yumi me last night.
Yeah.
I'll post the
Braum
clip
gonna be?
later, but it was a little bit nutty. But Brahm's gonna get locked in.
Yeah.
Braum Varus versus Rel whatever seems like a pretty good lane.
Yeah, and I think it's decent, but I don't expect Rel to be in this lane very much. And with Darius hovered here and probably going to be locked in, I doubt this Cho'Gath's going to go top. Seems a really rough matchup. Cho'Gath into the Gragas seems pretty decent actually. Melee versus melee, kind of going similar builds, most likely. And Jace hover here.
Jace can have a little rough time against Darius sometimes. It feels like the range should be good to bully Darius, but the apprehend range is about the same as his auto range, so you have to be kind of careful. But that'll be the lock-in, presumably for Schneider.
Yes, most likely. Unless there's some shenanigans here with like flexing where who's going where, but
What a mess.
yes,
That's really what I'm
very
gonna
messy
say.
for sure. Yeah, I think I favor Team Ambition Power's comp a little bit more. They are pretty AD heavy. Gragas will be building AP, but of course there's going to be a little bit more burst mage style, so the consistent magic damage isn't really going to be there. Varus could elect to go for an AP build here, which actually isn't the worst because you've got some pretty high health targets in Cho'Gath and Hecarim. So might see that pulled out. Interesting, but just some options.
Yeah, there's just a lot of big guys in this game. That's my big analysis of what's happening right now.
Yeah, and I feel like RTM might have a hard time kind of chewing through it without Jace getting pretty strong. Cho'Gath can kind of eat one, but you pick your target, and then you've got some other beefy boys there to help play frontline for this Varus and Kindred.
Well, we're waiting for RotM to ready. Oh, I guess we're good?
Yep.
That was weird. Alright. Hold on. I'm having trouble finding my slide transition.
It's alright. We've got spectator delay to chill us out here.
Oh yeah, and we get to sit through a couple extra length bands.
Yep.
My Professor app has popped up. It gives me some good scouting information on these players.
Very nice. Have you been watching any March Madness tournament basketball? I know Colorado State lost very tragically today.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot, but the fact that they were in it against San Diego State was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like they got smashed the 2 times they played during the regular season, so it was good that they were in it. Yeah, I mean, wasn't very hopeful that they were gonna make a huge run and make the tournament or anything anyway.
The Cinderella run. Yeah.
It was just a thing anyway. No, downtown's just packed which I have to drive through now because of the Big 12 tournament. So
Yeah.
And there's
Understandable.
a bunch of people from out of town who don't understand how any of it works, and I barely understand how it works, and I live here. So,
I mean, I could not figure out power and light. Driving around that place is crazy.
but just the number of interstate exits in a 1 mile radius
Yeah.
is a little much. But we get through it, and hopefully don't kill any Oklahoma or Texas drivers in the process. Shout out to them today.
They were having a good time, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yep.
No, it seemed like one of the main paths to the stadium had them go across like 3 lanes of traffic that I'm trying to just go straight through. And
That's wild. It's so funny when you get around there. It's just like all of the exits are like stacked on top of each other, so Google Maps doesn't even know how to direct you. It's...
well, and there was this completely unhelpful, like, one of the electric billboards was like, anyone going to T-Mobile Arena, please use exit 2W.
Uh-huh.
And in my drive, I didn't see an exit 2W, so I don't know where they were supposed to go, but it wasn't the way I was supposed to, like the way I went.
That's funny.
So I wasn't exactly clear about that one. Anyway, they're starting to get through draft here. I guess I should ask, how has your March Madness experience been then? His K-State hasn't played yet, have they? Or they play later tonight?
No, they play at 8:30 Central, so they played about an hour here. They have a tough opponent round 1, but I don't know. I'm pretty excited to see these guys in postseason play. I think they have 2 of the best players in the Big 12, and which I was very surprised by. I thought we'd have a okay season, but to, you know, be like potentially fighting for a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament was a happy surprise.
Yeah, went to a CSU KSU game a couple of years ago. It was in Wichita for some reason. It was pretty fun. CSU was up by like 2 points at one point. So
was it at Wichita State's arena, or was it the other
it was
big arena there?
Intrust Arena, and it was almost
Uh.
sold out. Like, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, K-State fans travel, man.
I think I was the only CSU fan in the
Yeah,
whole
that
arena.
seems about right. That's funny.
It was still pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
It was close at halftime, so I got to pretend like it was competitive, and then we got, of course, lost by like 14 or something like that.
That's the worst, is when you have a lead or like it's like relatively close contest and the other team just blows out.
Well, I feel
goes
like
on a run and doesn't get back.
I can even relate this to League of Legends. I feel like that's a lot of the difference between like really good teams and like okay teams, is you can hang in for, it's usually about a half. Like you'll see it in football a lot too. They'll, you know, the number 1 team is tied at halftime. Oh, it's a big deal. And then they just blow out the second half. It's because like once the tiredness starts to set in, that's where the big difference between the talent levels shows up.
Yeah.
And like happens in League too, you know, teams will hang in through laning phase, be even in kills, and then all of a sudden, oh, you flip that bad dragon fight and the game's over. Like,
or your scaling champs kick in. Yeah.
like you watch NA at Worlds and it's like, oh yeah, they're even with the Chinese team at 15 minutes. It's like, oh, we're great, we're doing it. And then we aren't all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely. Back to the game though, I'm really excited to see this Cho'Gath versus Gragas matchup in mid lane. I know Cho'Gath's been a champion that's been getting a lot more interest lately, especially since you can flex it a lot of different lanes. And so I'm interested to see if Max has been putting any work on it or how he'll perform on the pick.
I'm going to divert back to March Madness one brief time to announce that we're going to run our March Madness pick'em again this year. So keep an eye, like it's what, Sunday through Wednesday everything's open for people to do, but we'll be giving away a jersey again for first place, a hat for second, and a mystery skin for third. So even if you don't know a whole lot about basketball, put in a bracket with us and maybe win some stuff, maybe not, maybe just have some fun, because that's all it's really about. A big tip will be not to pick KU or K-State, because there's going to be a lot of people that pick them regardless. just because we have a lot of those people in our Discord. So
Yep.
here's your professional betting tip. Anyway,
Yeah.
45 seconds to go. We can talk about how much I hate Seraphine for a little bit if you want, or um,
Of
how
course. Get on your high horse.
Team Ambition Powers team comp is kind of weird.
It is a little weird, but I think the Braum pick is actually really nice into the Seraphine, and the Rel too. But you can block Seraphine ult with Braum wall, so that big engage tool is kind of taken away. It's like one of the better range tools that RTM has, and then Rel diving into a Braum feels really bad. Of course, don't have anything to like get rid of the knockup, but you know he's gonna get an auto attack on you and you're gonna get stunned. So if you can put the wall up and block most of the damage that's coming through while Rel engages, you're gonna be in a pretty good spot.
You don't even get the big value rel because there's not even that many shields to break with your Q. Kind of
Yeah,
a weird rel setup even. I don't quite understand. Like I get why it's there to help force engages and set up with the Hecarim and
yeah,
the Cho'Gath, but I don't know. It feels like it could be a Leona and that'd be more effective, or um, maybe something a little bit more meta. We're waiting on the game to
yeah.
load. I don't
I
know why
think the
everything's
champ's
black.
pretty strong, but I don't expect it to be in lane. I feel like the strength from this pick is that it's going to be able to like engage in top and mid and get those snowballing in the early game, while Seraphine just kind of farms out, ideally in the bot side. So
Plus, you get the RotM rel buff, so I'll just have
that's
to
right.
keep an eye out on that. We'll see if Coin Flips Up has the RotM rel buff or not. I've loaded into the
I'm also on black screen. So
timer nonsense.
all
And
right,
now,
if you
okay,
click on the timeline,
yep,
we got it.
we good to go. And we're loaded
Perfect.
in finally to game number 1. Blue side, Team Ambition Power. Red side, Return of the Middle Sticks premiere. Yeah, I think Cho'Gath versus Gragas is a weird mid lane matchup.
It is,
That's the world
but
that we live in now, unfortunately.
I think it's fine for both players. It's a matchup you are used to seeing a lot more in top lane. I mean, not as of late, but historically, it's definitely a top lane matchup. But it'll be fun to see these two champs go at it and build like I'm expecting to be both AP heavy builds. So
Yep, and we'll have to keep an eye on a bit bad stacks on the Kindred, of course. Right now has Simon marked in his own jungle. Uh, Probably not going to be able to collect that one super early on, but I feel like it's tradition as Kindred. You just kind of mark the enemy jungler, because then if you counter gank and get a lucky assist, like that's the easiest way to not give away your path or plan.
yeah, definitely so. And I feel like Kindred, it's really fun to like see how people use the Kindred mark well, like um, using using it later to like not show where you're at, and gank like another lane where they're not expected. So there could be some pretty fun things that you can do with the mark. But
I'm sure you saw Pioshik pop off on it
oh yeah,
today,
I mean,
so recency bias. Looks like Kindred's a pretty good champion.
also he's pretty darn good at that champ being basically a one trick before he went pro. So
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting place to stand in that bush by Quinn Flips Up, just to make sure you don't get Winter's bitten.
yep.
Um,
And there's not really anything Coin Flip Sub's gonna do there. He's just gonna sit, try to make some space by putting putting himself in the bush. But you are not looking to fight these early levels for sure.
yeah, I don't know that you win against pretty much any bottom lane as those champions at this point, so
Yeah,
gotta just
especially
hang
this
out.
one though. Rel jumping in at level 1 is not great unless you have something that can really help you out with it.
Max is going to get spotted by a bit bad and might be in a little bit of trouble here because Mark Boots can collapse. Simon is here just doing his wolves trying to farm out and now gets spotted. The collapse comes in from Turk. Team Ambition Power really looking to make something happen on this invade, it looks like. They forced everyone out of the jungle. Quinflosep has to use his crash down and gets stunned by Flat Tire. And now they're going to just steal the blue buff away from Hecarim because you have a bunch of ranged champions who walked into your jungle.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that you can do at that point. Seraphine, of course, not a very strong point in the game here. So really nice takeaway there. All started with chasing off Max and getting him low enough health that he can't really support the jungle as well. So RTM not going to feel too bad. Nobody ends up dying, but a loss of that blue buff going over to Kindred.
Yeah, and they spot him again. He was headed over to the blue buff. Oh my goodness, and the mark spawn there for a bit bad. That's
the 50-50 wins out early here.
Yeah. So what are you looking to do early if you're ROTM? Just sit and scale, not much of anything?
I mean, I think that ideally you want to get coin flips up to level 3, which he's going to hit right here. I think they have this wave building. You reset him and then try to get something done topside. Getting this Jace headed is pretty important, as whoever kind of snowballs that matchup can start to take over. So I am going to guess that coin flips up's going to run top or mid here.
Well, we'll see if your prediction comes true. It looks good so far as he's walking through that mid path. A bit bad has gone over the Baron wall and is now behind Schneider, though. And that could be a little source of annoyance here. Gets the knockback. That's actually well played so far, but gets apprehended back in. Schneider will take a huge amount of damage, and it is first blood for Isaac in the top lane.
Yep, but the gank in mid.
Gank in mid, though. Mark Boots taken pretty low. Do they have the damage to actually chew through this Cho'Gath? It looks like yes, finally, the Vorpal spike for the kill from Max.
Yeah, some nice chain CC there. I think Mark Boots actually had the opportunity to flash, but just decided to hold it. Didn't think he was going to be able to get out. Was pretty low on mana as well. So trade of kills between the teams here, but overall, Team Ambition Power coming out, I think, slightly ahead because they get that first blood and in the more volatile matchup for sure.
Well, we have some equestrian action with Rel and Hecarim roaming together just a little bit now. But yeah, I don't have much more analysis to add. Both supports have walked back into mid lane.
Both of them just leeching XP, just chilling, waiting for something to happen. That is kind of the thing, is if you pick Seraphine bot, you can let both laners just kind of scale on their own, and then both of these supports can roam to look for counter ganks. But it looks like RTM's going to move up to top here.
Yeah, gets spotted though, it looks like, by Tap. Some good awareness thus far. They have a good idea about where ROTM's looking. Going to be able to pick up the dragon. Max takes a little chunk of damage. Isaac might have stepped too far forward now. He's got no ghost and no flash. Schneider just trying to get away. Gets the knockback. There's pretty much nowhere for him to go. It's just a matter of who picks up the kill in the end. No one yet. And the last auto for Schneider.
Yep. And that's going to be really good for him. A nice find here for RTM. They are going to trade the dragon for that kill, but it does put them back on top a little bit on the gold lead. Sexhaver Simon going to battle.
Oh, Mark acquired by a bit bad, and he's got to flash away. No way for Hecarim to follow because he's got Ghost. That should be Mark number 3, yeah. So, bit bad. Doing pretty well for himself. Mark 4 will be the important one. We'll see if he can pick that up in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, but already out to 3 at 6 minutes. I don't think you could ask for really much more for the Kindred Mark spawns early here. So, like we said, Coin Flip Up's gotten out to some early ganks that have really worked out to help out his team here in the early game, which I think was going to be really important for him to do, given this Seraphine can kind of lay in alone.
Yeah, you can see it's costing them a little bit because there's a 20 CS discrepancy, but I don't think they'll be too worried about that in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, Seraphine here, we'll see what Caspian elects to do. Is pretty low on mana, so they need to get this shoved in, but we could see the Moonstone come out, definitely. So
yeah, they're really trying to shove, and Turk is trying to say no, and they've worked Kindred in. They have a ping on Hecarim as well, so Doesn't look like anything's really going to happen here. Maybe Caspian falls? He's got Flash and Cleanse. Just being
Ooh.
a bit lazy
Ignite
with
gonna be
everything, it
burned too.
seems like. Yeah.
Yep. Doesn't quite find the connection that was needed there. Definitely need that Brom Q to land to hit, but Caspian saving both sums there is able to just barely walk away. Is going to lose a bit of farm for that, so it doesn't feel too bad. And it is looking like Caspian is going to go for the AP build. Not really surprising. This team does definitely need that damage to come through. So
That was Mark 4, by the way. He
there it is.
took the blue buff, so a bit bad. Well on schedule for the on the Kindred. That's very early 4 marks, and now we're on the watch for 7.
Yeah.
7, right? Not 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. I'm not a big Kindred player. I know the 4 mark, and then after that, I'm gonna like, but
I thought it was 4 and then every 3, or it might
yeah.
be like 4, 7, 10, 14. It's something wild like that. Anyway, Rift Herald started up by ROTM, does get smited away by Simon. He's looking for the engage onto a bit bad. They have numbers advantage. At the exact moment, Schneider can't quite knock Bad back out of his own ult, but there's the cask to knock him all through. Simon very low, has to use his ult to try to escape. He's on top of Varus, gets a little shield from Caspian, and they turn that one around for the kill. Coin flips up, burning to the the bleed from Darius finally gets taken down by a winner's bite, but favorable trade of kills, and the only kill for Tap goes onto the support, so they'll feel pretty good about that trade.
Yeah, definitely feeling pretty good, especially since Max didn't have the ult there, used it on the Rift Herald. And nice escape from Sexhaver Simon, just barely gets out with just a little bit of HP remaining. Coin flips up, maybe paying the dividends for him to get out, but definitely want to see it, and RTM trades kills and picks up the Rift Herald.
Yep, have a little bit of an early gold lead. Coin flips up, just trying to hit up the Kindred. No ult now, and going to take 1 billion damage. Schneider finishes him off, and now Simon is here for a little bit more, just going on through the rest of the team. Mark Boots gets knocked back in by Coin flips up. As the flash over the wall, he'll be able to scoot over briefly, but Simon is not done. Kicks him on through. Does he have the damage with the Rampage with Schneider? He does with the hammer down, and ROTM finds 2 more kills. They've got to abandon the rest of this jungle, though, you imagine.
Yeah, definitely need to go back, spend that gold. And Darius is still going to trade for some plates and some farm on the top side, but definitely worthwhile for Schneider to come roam down, picks up a couple kills for himself, and it's definitely going to be accelerated now after that.
Yeah, he sacrificed a little bit of CS for this. As you can see, Isaac even with him, despite the melee versus ranged, but I think he'll be quite pleased with the extra kills that he picked up in the meantime.
Yeah, I think overall probably a net positive for him. Still going to be up about 10 here, but has the TP up and might have to actually expend it topside here with the dragon spawning, which could mean that Team Ambition Power is able to do the Drake, but it looks like RTM's just going to be there and start it up, so...
Turk just kind of walks through RTM there without any issue to get some wards down. It's a little bit of a dangerous situation for him, but... Oh, they spot Varus over the wall coming over the Tribush ward. Flat Tire has to...
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Avert your eyes for the last 50... And they're... Oh, okay.
Okay, they had feast. They had feast.
I forgot Cho'Gath was there. I was like, oh no, Kindred! The feast comes through for RTM there, gonna secure the objective. That is always pretty scary though, when Cho'Gath feasts on the objective. You don't have that crucial ultimate if a fight were to break out after that. So if you have like equal numbers, it ends up being an okay time to all in, but coin flips up gonna get caught here at the bot.
Yeah. Plus, usually people who are playing Cho'Gath not used to... Oh my god. Flat Tire just eliminates Coin Flips up, and now Caspian in a world of trouble as 3 people looking him right down the barrel. He's got both of his summoners up and Simon with him. We'll see if they still go for the dive anyway. Clears out those minions, and yeah, Team Ambition Power doesn't want any of that. They're going to have to back off the dive.
Yeah. Nice that Sexhaver Simon happened to be here on the bot side to protect that dive, but... a good look from Team Ambition Power to just see if people were in the area.
Oh, and Max gonna get knocked back in a bit. Bad is here, gets knocked up. No, oh, he
Whoop.
does have Feast, but it's just in time to come down for the Lamb's Respite. And now Coin flips up looking for that kill, finishes him off with a crash down. But Turk is here. They're just gonna beat up poor Coin flip Sup. A little rupture to try to get him out, but he'll get body bumped back in, and they'll trade 1-for-1. Now the disengage. There's a lot of abilities and a lot of big boys just happening, but Simon is the biggest boy of them all right now. Picks up one more kill. Now Mark boots in his sight, but he doesn't have actually that much health left. Has to burn the ult, but gets pierced by Flat Tire.
way!
And the... Oh, the quick double kill for Flat Tire. Just with a little bit of health, Mark Boots is able to survive.
Oh my goodness. It's such a close fight. And that's been kind of the story of this early game. Both teams really skirmishing quite a bit. And these fights have been so close. And both teams have been really coming out pretty evenly. Either having equal kill trades or getting advantages across the other side of the map while kills are coming through for the other team. So still pretty close early game.
Was just noticing, I think Schneider could have stayed for that plate top, but was feeling a little bit of pressure and gets out of there. Unfortunately, loses out on that little chunk of gold, but regardless, it's a 1,000 gold lead for RTM. It's a 6-9 kill score. Nice.
Yeah, and the rel roaming here has really come through for RTM. It's been pretty effective. Caspian's been able to very easily clear these waves and keep his tower alive without getting dove. So not really being punished for the rel roams here early. So been nice for RTM.
Yeah, has been in on 8 of 9 kills, and you can see his lane partner Caspian only in on 1. So kind of showing where the action's been happening on the map. Flat Tire, though, off to a pretty good start. He's 3-1 himself on the Varus. Has this completed Immortal Shield Bow. Mark Boots finishes his Roa. Those two feel like they're in a pretty good position for Team Ambition power.
Yeah, Caspian playing very respectfully here. Is going to miss that cannon, but Kindred coming down to here to potentially punish, but Rel's just around the corner.
Yeah, Rel is here to try to make something happen, pulls him in with the Magnet Storm. They'll chain the CC together, and Caspian picks up the kill. Coin flips up just in time to run back to lane.
Yeah, Coin flips up, does show up, misses everything, but lands one stun, and that's going to spell doom for the Kindred.
Yeah, run, stun, job done. Something like that. Flat Tire caught the alcove, and not going to be an alcove gamer. This time, Max finishes him off with the Vorpal Spike for the shutdown. And ROTM continues pushing in bottom. Mark Boots is here just to try to disrupt some things, I guess. Mountain Dragon still a minute away, so there's not really a whole lot on the map right now after Sexhaver Simon picks up Sheila.
Yeah, I have to say, Max has been playing the Cho'Gath pick really well. Is using all of the rest of the team's CC to set his Q up to chain, which is what you want to do on Cho'Gath for sure, just to make sure that skill shot lands, because it can be so impactful. But
Yep.
I want to see how many stacks he's up to as well, because he's been eating these objectives.
I think it's interesting. I'll have to ask why the Everfrost this game. I've seen a lot of proto belts on Cho.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious why this one in particular would be an Everfrost angle. Schneider just jumps on a bit bad and almost knocks him back to the spawn. In the meantime, though, Max flashes in and takes down a Flat Tire. Mark Boots gets caught doing a little invade, it looks like, and Caspian picks up his 3rd kill of the game.
Yeah.
Schneider might be in trouble, though.
Yep.
Darius is doing some things, and they're not very kind, unfortunately. He'll get the shutdown on Schneider.
Yeah, so a bit bad does roam up there to try to get the kill, but in the end, the chunk was enough to get the kill for Isaac, so able to pick that up. That means he's not going to be available for the Drake, but Licorice Max and the rest of the squad are going to be around to help out. So
I can tell you I'm taking French.
Oh yeah, I have not.
The S is silent because every letter is silent in French, but that S in particular, if you're curious.
Yeah, I'm just going to pronounce it like it's Spanish, because that's what I took in high school. So
I unfortunately took French, so here we are. I even took more in college because they required you to have like a liberal arts credit, and it was either that or take like an art class, and I'm really terrible at art, so I just took French instead.
Yeah, we've seen the graphics on Twitter. You didn't have to out yourself like that. It's okay.
Ooh.
Also, I find that colorblind people and trying to do artwork usually don't work out. So that's my perspective as well. So
See, there were like two different jokes you made. You went for one. You could have gone for the, yeah, you're in bronze,
yeah,
you don't
there's
have any
so many.
hands. Like, I
I tried to
really
double
opened
dip.
myself up for that one. Schneider's trying to escape this gank. He's zooming away with his phase rush, able to flash the Gragas cask, and everything is fine other than he no longer has flash. But I don't think you'll worry too much about that one. Meanwhile, in top lane, Isaac is going to experience some dinosaur gameplay.
Yeah. So many. This Cho'Gath is getting very big. It's got 6 stacks, 7 stacks already. So that's quite a bit of bonus health.
Dinosaur gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The invisible cues out of the bush, really fun.
Also, I did myself a disservice. I hit silver yesterday, so we're really
Nice.
climbing. Um, anyway, a bit bad. Just eats a bunch of crowd control. That was actually a really great Unbreakable by Turk. Shields away the Seraphine ult. It might cost Mark Boots his life as he gets pulled back in. They'll eventually be able to devour on through with Schneider showing up. This is technically a full 5v5 that we're fighting for no reason.
Yep. No objectives. So we're gonna group for the tower with the Herald. So it was kind of a weird timing there from RTM, the use of ultimates over the top of the Kindred ultimate. Maybe trying to get the fear to fear them out, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Definitely lost a lot of power there.
it seemed like there were a couple of different ideas, but had they just held them a little bit longer and not tried to play around the Kindred ultimate and just wait for it to go off, then you pick up a couple of extra kills with your CC after.
Yeah,
But
definitely so. But
Turk really saved the day, though, jumping in front of the Seraphine ult with his Braum shield. That was a really good play by him. Not often you get to highlight a Braum play, so I have to try to do it. He unfortunately makes the mistake immediately afterward. That's the caster curse, unfortunately.
Yep. And I think that's going to mean that Baron's going to be started up here. I think RTM kind of rightfully reads that Kindred is going to go bot for that mark, so you can't really smite this away, so they're going to have to actually try to fight it.
If they don't want to give it up, I think you probably just call to give it up at this point, but they're still walking in. Coin flips up, finds the engage, gets the double stun. He'll pay for it immediately, but the Baron has gone down. In goes Sexhaver. Simon looking for flat tire. Pops his Immortal Shield Bow. He flashes over the wall, and now Simon is separated, gets hit by the Varus ult, and dies for the double kill. So, what have we learned? Baron goes to return to the middle sticks, 2 kills the other direction, though, and a bit bad picked up his... That was his 4th stack?
What?
What? I don't know if we're bugged or he missed one earlier.
I guess we just missed it? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because we had a solid count on them, and then we saw him get one more, and that should have been 4. I don't know. We'll find out later, I guess. Or we won't. Maybe it'll just be a mystery. Regardless, he's... According to the client, he now has 4, which is very good.
Yep. Definitely the case here. Regardless, I think RTM just a little disjointed after the Baron was taken. It looked like some people wanted to go in, some people wanted to get out. Regardless, they're going to make it out with 3 Baron buffs. Probably just look to group up again. The team's looking pretty strong. This Kindred has been having a really rough game outside of getting those early stacks. It seems like pretty much any member of RTM can blow up the Kindred at any point. So
Sexhaver Simon is just giga chatting this game. Look at this. Spear of Shojin into Manamune on Hecarim. Let's go. That's a build. That's what we like to see. None of this move fast takey shit. Give me Shojin, give me Manamune, let me blow someone up.
RTM in a really weird spot here in mid. Not really able to get back to the wave to clear, but on the side waves, RTM pick up a tower for themselves. So those are going to be pushed in. They're going to regroup in mid here to try to force their way into the dragon area. But
yeah, Caspian, worth noting, picks up a Rylai's, so now his E will do the snare thing without the second E. That makes sense, I think.
yes,
Yeah,
We
they're
got
gonna.
it.
We're starting up Dragon, and Team Ambition Power looks like they want nothing to do with that. They've ceded control of the area, and are gonna hand that one over. Number 3, not the one that they need to fight for, but that does set up now in 5 minutes a potential Mountain Soul for Return to the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, the third Drake gonna come through here about 23 minutes in, so we're looking for that 28-minute mark to be kind of the blow that ends it, but
Ooh.
RTM gonna engage.
Yeah, Coinflip's up, sees his moment, goes in, and unfortunately, the moment he saw was his own death. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
little over aggressive, I fear, and
Oh, Mark.
that might mean that the tower doesn't go down. Instead, maybe an engage angle. The tower eventually falls, and now Simon is here. Kicks back the Varus into the Cho'Gath Q. That was really nicely done. A bit bad, walks in a little bit late. Mark Boots is flanking from the side. Simon is just rampaging over the back line. They'll pick up 2, and Schneider is able to escape. Now the flashback the other way as Simon has tracked him down. He's got a triple kill. He's got a quadra kill. He has sex. His name is Simon.
Yeah, really nice fight there from RTM, and just in time too there. I think that might have been Team Ambition Power's way back in the game. Mark Boots had a really nice flank TP, but RTM engaged on the rest of TAP's members before the Gragas was able to get in a good flank position. So just in the nick of time, able to find the kills they need before that flank was coming in. So RTM here picks up a big gold boost and now looks very far ahead in this game.
Yeah, perfect analysis. They waited for their mana munes to be completed, and then they fought and they won. Kind of a miracle. On the other side, though, have to worry now. How do you get back in the game if you're Team Ambition Power? I have had the nameplate swapped the whole game, and no one said anything.
We've gotten one comment about UV bans, so it's been a quiet chat night.
It's been a quiet night, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'll fix that now. 24 and 25 minutes into the game. Hey, thanks,
Cardinals
Cardinals.
got us.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it, buddy. That's why he's a VIP. This is what we keep him for. All right. Should be pretty simple here for RTM. Got the next Baron spawning here in about a minute. RTM gonna group up, fight for that vision, try to get vision into the top side of TAP, and look to just either do that Baron or use it as a bait to get them to fight and end the game that way. So pretty simple macro when you got this big of a lead.
That's a interesting Cho'Gath build. All right.
Well, you can't die.
Yeah, third item, Gargoyle Stone Plate after your 2 damage items. I guess. Sure. Why not? I mean, at this point, Simon has the damage, right? You don't need to worry about that. And you can kind of see there's no one itemizing super tanky. Like Isaac has his Jack Show, the Protean, but Gragas hasn't opted for many resistances, and Turk is Braum, so he's just not that tanky. Like, he's tanky, but he's not.
Yeah.
You don't have to itemize
tanky
against him, particularly.
Yeah.
Simon just gets to have free reign, basically. He's a very scary pony right now. A little knock-up going to land from Max as they'll flash on forward. That's the moment, the rel engage, but there's just no follow-up coming from ROTM. They leave him out to dry once again. A little bit of desync, it seems like. Varus ult not quite able to connect on Max. Caspian, though, with a huge Seraphine ult connects onto 3. They're trying to fight in this little choke, and now Simon is into the backline. Gets a kick. Yeah, they'll pick up 1. Bit bad, got knocked back out of his own ult, but not quite able to find anything. The re-engage from Snyder. Do they have the damage to actually pour on through? It's just 1 for 1 on that engagement.
Yeah, that looked like it should have been way more, but that is going to force them off the Baron, and they might be able to actually do it. They can TP in Max here. Don't even have to have Sexhive or Simon in the area, so RTM's going to start up that Baron.
God, that Q cooldown is very silly. It looks like he's playing Urf out there right now, just helicoptering his way through the jungle.
Yep.
Well, now going to walk back into Baron. He's there just in time to help secure that one, although they'll hand that one over to Max. Let's take a quick feast count. He's at 13 stacks. That's a couple.
He's a big boy.
He is at
That's
little Chongus, a little.
That's an extra 2,000 health, so
Oh my
you know.
goodness, Snyder showing off his damage a little bit there as well, as he clips him with the shock blast, and RTM
Oh,
forces their way on in. That's a huge engage from Coinflip Sup, and Team Ambition Power is routed. Flat Tire stands his ground to be able to shut down Sexhaver Simon, but he cannot get rid of the rest of the team, and ROTM wipes Team Ambition Power off the map, and that's a surrender
yep.
at 28 minutes.
Gonna be the game. It would have ended right there, so might as well not waste your extra time. RTM either gonna pick up the Drake there or just end probably off those kills. So a pretty even early game that just kind of ballooned into a big lead for RTM. Played it well with their engaged comp, uh, and was able to come out with the win in game one.
Yeah, so we'll be right back with game number 2, RTM on match point, looking to close out this best of 3 and get 1-0 in their group. Did I use... What? I joined the tournament code and there's just no one in here?
Break time.
You think people would join and then break, right? But
You'd think.
do I have the right one? Do I just exist in limbo? No, there you
I
are.
will join.
All right.
Hi.
Well, oh, and you get to go to spectator. All right, I'm playing. I'm fighting them. Oh, there we go. They're waiting for the stream to end. They must have been watching.
Wanted to see what the result was. Yeah.
Either that or our whole org has the wrong code and they have the right one. Something's happening, for sure.
I invited everyone else. So.
Ah. So they were waiting for you.
It must be.
Oh, there they are. Okay. We must have the right code then. Oh no, EG lost. The only reason I care my fantasy points.
Wait, who'd they play?
C9.
Oh, everything's going well for me this week, I guess.
Still up 40 points. He's got Licorice left, and I got Puman contracts.
Very nice.
I think I'll have a day one lead. Because Prince and Ayla kind of boomed.
Yeah, Fly didn't have a good day today. But they play Immortals tomorrow, so
Can't
I feel
get
like that
an
will.
order? Why can't they get an order?
Or 4 in here.
Do we have an extra person?
Oh, they can get an order. Oh, it's because, yeah, we had one extra because Hoarder was in the lobby last time.
Do they have an extra person? Who's the fourth spectator that they can't move around through?
Pretty sure it's Turk? They had somebody that was coaching as a spectator last. There were 3 spectators last.
Well, there's no one in here. I don't know. Regardless, whatever. What? Is this right? We're blue side?
I believe so. That's what it's looking like.
I don't want to flip all my graphics, then have to flip
Oh,
them
hold
back.
on. I don't think they actually. They give a side?
Does it say in the spectator?
It doesn't say in
It
the
says
spectator.
blue,
They made the
red.
links. So I'm gonna assume they want red. It was their select and they're on the red side, so we're gonna say yes.
To flip everything around.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Draft started.
Well, I'm still flipping graphics.
No worries. I'm just letting you know.
Alright, there we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2. Return to the middle sticks. I guess it was close for a while. Like, it was a relatively well-contested game, but we're able to blow it open in the end. Now have Hoarder back on the Rift, so we'll see how that changes things, if it changes anything. It's a Seraphine ban from Team Ambition Power, is the only change thus far. And Varus, first picked by RTM.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's gonna leave Talon up on the table, which is what their one ban was last game that they were allowed to have. So, but gonna trade the Varus pick over to RTM. Jarvan is gonna be the answer. I think Jarvan's actually pretty decently strong. Definitely want to. It's nice because you can start snowballing some matchups because your early gank pressure is really good, and then of course on a mobile AD carries like the Varus pick here, you're able to use that really impactful ultimate. But Aphelios is going to be the answer. RTM here. I'm wondering if we'll see like a Poppy or something in the jungle here with the early Jarvan pick. I would be surprised for Zexhammer having Simon champ pool, but could happen. Blitzcrank. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The crank. We're coin flipping. Hello? Okay.
This seems like a interesting spot to pick Blitzcrank. I feel like you'd want to see more of Red Team because now they can just like pick a tank support and just like only give you one good target And I don't think it's going to get banned away in the second phase if you want to save the support pick to the second phase if you're thinking about Blitzcrank. But
Yeah.
regardless, going to be picked up. Talia is going to be the last one. Was banned away, I believe, in that second phase of the last game. Yeah. So they're going to go ahead and pick it up here, which means that you can ban out some of the Jarvan strong picks into Jarvan in that second phase if you want, or just look to do something else later. But ooh,
Oh,
there it is.
I was slightly more excited for Heimerdinger than Nautilus.
I was
but
too. Heimer is a good pick into the Blitz. I mean, it's not quite as good as if they were playing like a different hook champion like Nautilus or something, but you can block his Q with your Q if you're confident in your Heimer ability. But you know, if it's not something that you have in your back pocket or you practice a lot, definitely feels bad to get pulled as a Heimerdinger. So understand. I think Nautilus is safer for sure.
What happened to the Heimer priority? There was a lot of Heimer support at the start of the season, and then
Yeah, he got slightly nerfed to where his turrets are squishier, so it's easier to kill him. So they add less pressure. It's still definitely pickable, but I don't think it's like right at the top of the table anymore. So you have to have like more things to enable it.
Jax Jace, Aurelian
Aesol.
Soul, and
Goodbye.
potentially Darius goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Talon's still available. Very pickable.
And you could jump Jarvan R as
Yeah.
Talon, so that must be a counter.
That's the big bonus. I would like to see it. That's all I.
It would be cool.
Tap though, have their own picks to make first. Lux.
Oh, the Lux lock-in. That is just begging for a Talon pick. I'm sorry. If you pick Lux, that looks like a very squishy champ that you want to blow up. I would love to see Talon. I just want to see some fun.
That's not fun.
Aw,
Does Schneider hate
that's
fun?
meta.
That's. Oh, here we go. All right, we're hovering good
There's your
champs
fun.
now. Will we lock it in though?
I mean, probably.
All right. Well,
There it is.
Master Yi, we didn't get the Talon. I would prefer to see the Talon because I just have this long-standing hatred of Master Yi, but you know, at least it's something new.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to a lot of the Alpha Strike usage to dodge a lot of the CC, especially like Nautilus R or Lux Binding. But there are some decent characters to actually be able to run over. Like if you're not hitting that Lux Binding, can be really strong into the Lux and Aphelios and kind of run down the back line.
Thank God we didn't pick Cassante. I have no idea what any of his abilities are called. We got the Gnar.
Yeah, you got Gnar, and I don't think Urgot's the best pick into that. It can be decent if you can get on top of him, but Urgot really struggles in a lot of in a lot of range matchups. Tom Kench gonna be the answer.
What? How is that the answer?
I don't know, but it's gonna be it. I mean, it doesn't give. Maybe the idea is you have Tom Kench. They can't kill your carry with Master Yi. You don't give Blitzcrank like another good grab target. That's what I can see the argument for, and it should survive pretty decently against Gnar. I don't think Gnar will be able to poke him out too easily, but yeah, definitely a little bit of a weird one there. But without the Darius on the table, that Isaacs seemed pretty decent on. It's gonna go to the Tom Kench. So.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. So now we get to sit through more exciting draft times. Our team up 1-0. They can close out the series with a win and send us home early. This again is group play, which matters very slightly more than the other games that have happened to this point. We have another group game next week, and then it's our last cross group game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right. And then we play 2 more group games. So
Yeah, we have Planetary Collision Esports next week.
oh boy, that's a mouthful.
What a beauty of a name.
What a collision of words. You know.
Planetary Collision Esports. All right, well, that's exciting. I wonder if they have a cool planet logo. We'll have to find out.
That'd be
next
pretty
week.
sweet. Again, we have to wait through these bands, taking a little more time just because Team Ambition doesn't have 2 of their bands, so have to wait through them for the stats.
There was a team in GRLCS that everyone hated because they take the full amount of time no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were missing bands, you just take all 30 seconds to lock in your bands that you already knew what they were having. The most frustrating thing
It's so annoying.
to play against was just they're taking their own time. You just
Right.
want to play the game. Ow. I'm sure everyone has got to hear Kale is playing in the background, being boisterous as normal.
Actually, I haven't heard him yet.
Oh,
which
that's
is great.
That's weird. He's been slamming a ball into my foot pretty much the whole game, and I've been talking.
Surprisingly, I have not heard him. Usually he's much more vocal. So our team has a pretty weird comp here, I think, overall. But I think they had a weird comp last game, but it worked out for them. So see if they can repeat that. Definitely some weird picks from both teams, especially with the draft order, the way that shook out. Usually junglers almost never fall to second phase in the current draft meta, just because it feels like counter matchups are not that important for jungle. And there's a lot of high priority jungles as well, so high priority safe jungles, I should say. You know, you can always just throw something that's like a Sejuani or Wukong, you know?
Mhm.
Stuff that's going to be solid for you regardless. Vi, another one. Did you watch any of the like AI Seinfeld on Twitch a couple weeks ago when that was big?
No, absolutely not.
Well, there was I was watching that today because it came back after it got blocked for a little bit, and Twitch recommended me a new channel, and it's like basically somebody giving a fake interview, and everybody in chat can ask like one of like 100 different personalities a question, and it will generate an answer based on, you know, like how they'd actually say things, and like do a fake mouth over them while they're saying it. So it's like they have like Joe Rogan you can ask questions to. They've got like Tucker Carlson. They've got a bunch of streamers on there. They got like Ludwig and KSI and some other people. And you just kind of ask them any question you want, and it'll come up with a response. It's pretty funny content. I was sucked into that for about 20-30 minutes today.
That sounds kind of wild. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely weird and funny.
Mildly ethical, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the person puts like parody all over the whole thing, so like it is very clearly parody and can't really be clipped out of context because they put the watermark like over where the people are talking. But
I mean, I feel like that's the minimum you have to do with that.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
I wish Kale would like behave. I could get him on the stream, but he will not.
You didn't want to just show us you playing ball with him the whole game?
The whole
Dog cam.
it's not even dog cam because he wouldn't really appear in it.
Ganked by Kale.
Uh, it's at least something to fill the time while you have to wait for extra spectator delays on spectator delays.
Yep.
Yo, dog, we heard you like spectator delays. That's a really dated joke. All right.
Eric's showing his age.
Oh, that was weird. The Champs Like music we were listening to just ended and it just
Cut
was
out.
done. That was kind of weird. I guess that was the part they didn't loop at all.
Do you have a favorite Champ Select music that you like playing?
Unfortunately, yes.
Why is it unfortunate?
I shouldn't have preferences on Champion Select music. Like, I don't. When I'm watching League, I don't notice it. Except that it's the stuff that I listen to on the stream, so I'll, like, hear it and I'm like, oh, I know what that song is. And it's kind of, like, takes away from my enjoyment of watching LCS or LEC.
Oh, really?
Almost.
That's funny.
Because they keep reusing songs, which is fair. Like, completely fair game to them. But
Yeah, of course.
it's just very weird that I'm like, oh, this is like taking me out. Like, I'm ready to cast now, but it's yeah, their turn. Anyway, the best one's Escalating Events, LCK 2019 Champions Select music. There's another one called Neon Freeze. It's an LEC one that I really like.
That's fun. I had a good time when I was running the stream the other night, trying to figure out like which Champ Select music I enjoyed playing. So.
I have a playlist that I found of like 2016 or something Champs like the very start of LCS, and that one's very nostalgic to listen through. Like, those songs were the ones that like
Right.
I listened to probably the most watching everything.
Right.
So I'll hear those and I'm like, oh, that's a banger. Like, I'll play those every once in a while on the stream.
Yeah, I was surprised how like good some of the music was, even like going way back, for Champ Select stuff and in what I was looking up. But
Yeah,
anyway,
usually
we're in the game here.
the most interesting ones are the LPL ones because I have like I don't watch a whole lot of LPL. I never have.
Right.
It's probably a league that I would enjoy watching now, but I didn't like the casters back in the day very much, and it was always like a lower quality stream, and I was a big LCK is the only way buff. So
yeah, I always wish I watched more international, but I hate watching sporting events when they're not live. Ooh.
All right.
Mark Boots without the flash to start it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't watch like any anymore because it's not on during a time that I'm awake, and I'm an adult now. Which means I also don't watch LCS because I'm at work. So it's
now
very
you have
disappointing.
nothing to watch. It's just LEC, I guess. So.
Yeah, I do watch LEC when I wake up early enough on the weekends. That's about it. Still root for my boys FlyQuest, I guess, but they seem to play the first game every day, which is the one that I couldn't watch even if I wanted to, because that's the one I am absolutely at work, and then the rest of
This
them
is interesting here. RTM going for a late invade on the red buff.
Yeah, they're gonna get some payoff for it. It looks like as well. Isaac has to flash.
Oh.
Simon is really going for it. Hoarder as well. Can they actually finish him off under the tower? They do, but Simon is going to die.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it, but they might be able to chase a bit bad off of his buff here, because coin flip sup's up here.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. They're still going to chase on through. They get the hook down onto a bit bad, ignite him, get some rocks thrown, and Hoarder picks it up with the boomerang. Where is Simon going? He's headed back to his own red side, it looks like. And it's 2 kills for Hoarder, and then he pauses the game. Great.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's going to be the start you want. The tinkle gap came in, I guess.
Someone actively peeing their pants, I guess. Had to pause
Hoarder
the
2
game.
kills. Master Yi flashing in. Burning his own there. Man,
Yeah.
I'm getting tired. We're
getting old,
devolving.
Lane. We're tired
I know,
on game
it's so
2.
bad. It's so bad. It is hard to get off of work and then just like immediately cast, especially if these games are like 30 minutes or an hour earlier. I'm like going straight from work into casting, which I think you're also doing driving
Uh,
home. So
yeah, I did work into dinner into casting immediately,
yeah,
so which is why I was scrambling a bit to get all the stuff ready, because yeah, I don't know. It gets worse because that used to be 3 nights a week basically.
right.
Now it'll be hopefully only two, maybe.
One or two. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think in our fake interview that we had with Kyler when he casted with me, I think he'd be happy to relieve some of the pressure. So seemed like a good play-by-play guy.
Well, that's nice. I have been looking for someone to do play-by-play for literally like 3 years, in
I
case I
know
can't be here.
it's not a job that a lot of people do.
Which I think is weird. It's easier. You just kind of word vomit. You don't have to be particularly good at it. You just have to word vomit.
Yeah, you just have to say what's happening on the screen, but it is not a job I can do. I will say, I cannot. I get too tongue tied if I'm talking about like what's trying to happen. I think it's something you could practice up for sure. Maybe I'd probably get better at it, but just cold turkey not being able to do that very well. Not something I'm very proficient at.
I know. I like it. I've always done it. I used to do play-by-play of my. I don't want to say my own games because that sounds kind of weird, but like only child, you have to find a way to entertain yourself. So like I throw the ball at myself in the yard and like
Right.
narrate it as if I was doing a baseball play-by-play or whatever. And yeah, it's a thing. Um, did hockey for a while.
I will say these
Down here.
roams from the Blitzcrank is making it difficult.
He's just
Or
waiting. Look at where he
yeah,
is. He's behind Mark Boots right now. He's gonna hex flash over this wall and probably try to grab his ass as soon as Max hits level 2.
I don't. This is gonna be hard because it's like it's not like you're gonna be able to throw the hook. I guess you just like walk up and wait and then throw the hook later. But very weird spot here. Here comes the hex flash.
Oh, is he gonna walk in as well? Oh, oh my
Oh my
goodness!
god, the
Oh no,
coordination.
Mark Boots is
He's so sad.
so dead. He's got no flash after level 1.
What a bizarre play. And Hoarder here came back, walked to top side, was able to pick those. Oh, he didn't even walk. He didn't get to back and spend. So he's just trying to survive, basically.
Yeah, he's just holding on for now.
Yeah.
What is happening in this game? Coin
is
Flip
so
Sup
weird.
is still only level 1. Sexhaver Simon is trying to get the cheese off, but this time it doesn't pay off. Mark Boots takes him down. Coin Flip has no summoner spells and nowhere to run. He's going to get slowly autoed to death by level 2 Aphelios. There it is, as Flat Tire picks up the kill.
Okay.
So little over aggression finally, and sometimes your Master Yi's 1, 2, and 1 at 3 minutes with 4
Yeah.
CS.
All the weirdness comes out to a completely even game state. So, we'll have to see if that continues. But gold-wise, we are very even, but Yi behind a little bit in the farm category. Not really what you want to see.
Yeah, a bit
Nice.
bad. Finds Max. Oh, he gets the flip back into the tower. Does he have the damage? He has the flash away. Bad.
Oh, my
He's got the
gosh.
Demacian standard. He's got
No
just enough
way.
health with the Aegis.
Oh, people just barely surviving the duel of J4 versus Talia there. Comes out ahead for the J4.
What a silly game we've had thus far.
So silly. Honestly, last game was pretty silly as well, but Coin Flip Stop still level 1 down there. Finally hits level 2. Just kind of chilling.
I mean, level 1's basically just 100% strength Blitzcrank, right? Like,
Yeah, what else do you need?
the knockup's nice, but do you need it? Oh, good sidestep
Nice
by Mark
dodge,
Boots.
yeah.
That was really well done.
Yeah, very clean dodge there. Would have been another death with the flash still seconds away there.
I almost want to see the rocks come out first from Max, followed by the knockback, just to
For the
try
slow.
to make him make the move first.
Oh my goodness, Turk. really good buffer there
Yeah,
on the hook.
that's not a particularly hard buffer, but it's always a funny one when you hit it.
It is funny, but I mean, Blitzcrank is blind there in the bush. It's not like the easiest reaction time, so.
Yeah, well, as you're getting hooked, you throw the Q back, and as long as you hit terrain, it buffers it.
Uh,
That one's a pretty easy one. It's not
Yeah.
the Tristana one's really hard, but
right.
the Ezreal one's pretty easy. Like, yeah, there's a scale. It's not quite as easy as the Ezreal one, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Simon is back to just
Ooh.
fighting people. Gonna get a little bit of damage.
And somehow he's up a level. I'm not sure where he took XP from, but Caspian gonna get rooted here.
Why is Simon only mastery level 5 on his champion? That's kind of funny.
That is wild for as many games as he has on the champ.
What was that hook from Turk?
He was trying to buffer the Blitzcrank hook again.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But it didn't
Simon's gonna start Herald, or Dragon rather. This is just an entirely different Master Yi from like anyone that I've ever seen. Like normally Master Yi, you think just sits in his own jungle, doesn't do anything, eventually emerges, gets a couple of kills and snowballs the game. Is like the ideal Master Yi gameplay. Simon's just, I'm gonna fight people the whole game and see what happens, I guess. Another show happening in top lane. Hoarder getting a little bit of damage down onto Isaac. In comes the Weaver's wall, a bit bad. Doesn't get quite knocked back. Hoarder's got the slow, got the little chip damage, but they don't quite have enough to finish him off as he's able to flag drag over the wall.
Yeah, Hoarder's Flash just coming up now, so not able to follow over with the J4, but a nice roam for Max there to kind of dissuade the gank, but that is going to mean some lost farm for him in the mid lane.
Yeah, Hoarder just upping his DPS numbers now, getting a couple of autos down onto Isaac.
You will have a lot of DPS into this, Tom Kench, but I don't think in the end it's going to matter too much. Doing a good job of using that gray health and staying pretty healthy in a rough rain versus melee matchup.
One of those matchups you almost don't want to go mega into if you're a Hoarder. Although he's being pretty aggressive here. He'll zip on out of that one. Meanwhile, Coinflip's up is back on his roaming ways. He's back mid, level 3. Has Flash available as well, but he's going to run into Turk in the river. Coinflip's up, still looking for it. No, Flash is back up finally for Mark Boots. You know, those were synced up to start the game, and now they spot Turk. They're going to get the extra collapse on him, but a bit bad is going to be the last one to the party. They'll flip Turk back in. A lot of damage coming through onto Max, and he's going to be the first victim of the fight. Simon just trying to fight his way out of this one, but he has to flash away, and Coinflips up also flashes the wall away from everything. They'll get Caspian to roam down, but he's caught a little bit in the dragon pit here. Goes for the piercing arrow, does about 100 damage to Turk, and that might be it for the fight. I'm not exactly sure what's still going on. Coinflips up, gets caught trying to clear a ward, and he'll fall to Mark Boots. This feels... now we got a nosebleed happening. This is...
I have a nosebleed from watching this game. Oh my god. It's just so much happening. And all of it just very bizarre, but TAP has kind of stabilized here. Up 1,500 gold, got the last 3 kills after a really weird early game from RTM, and yeah, this Yi really desperately needs to hit 6.
It feels a little bit like RTM's just disrespecting TAP.
Yeah.
Like they took the measure of them in game number 1 and thought they weren't very good, so we're going with kind of a wild comp, fighting them over and over again. Jesus. This is quite a freeze frame.
Very long.
I don't know if you have the same one, but
I do.
The
with
tongue
with
halfway
lick.
through. Yeah.
Yep. I think the pause made Hoarder miss his ult there, but
Oh, did he? Well, I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things very much, so we'll let it go for now. Oh, he missed his boomerang. That almost hurts more. Caspian's in trouble. Just tries to walk back into lane. Turk's gonna root him up. Didn't even get to the tower. Doesn't burn flash. Bit bad. 3-1 now. He had a relatively strong early game on the Kindred. Got out to a couple of marks early, but wasn't able to get that into anything. Now 3 kills on the Jarvan, feeling pretty good. But Simon is here. He's level 6. They'll get the hook in. Bit bad is going to die. That was a really nicely timed Alpha Strike, but Flat Tire has a couple of Chakrams available, and he'll pick up the double kill out to 3-0 on the Aphelios. And he's got a 30 CS lead. That man is feeling pretty strong right now.
Yeah, red, white, don't fight is the motto, and really bullying this bot lane for RTM. Coin flips up, of course. That early roam, kind of costing, was working out well, but ever since then, it's put Caspian in a really rough spot because he couldn't walk up to the wave, and they kind of had the roam of the bot lane there, and punishing well when walking the lane too. Things looking up for Team Ambition Power.
Yeah, now RTM has to play from a deficit, which we've seen them struggle with in the past. Granted, a lot of those teams, I think, I don't want to call out TAP and say, significantly higher quality, but I mean, you have to...
Rank-wise, anyway.
Yeah, you have to kind of call it how it is at that point. Simon, gonna int for Rift Herald?
Yep. That is the play. Gonna die again here on the Yi. It's just really hard, I think, for Yi to find the targets that he needs to. So far, I feel like picking that... Oh,
that's a really nice
Goodbye.
play from Turk, by the way. He was
Yeah.
waiting just out of vision. Max walks over there to try to surprise Mark Boots from out of vision, and instead he's the one that gets surprised by the Nautilus. Point flips up,
It's
just
so
dodges
dizzy.
everything, breaks some
no,
ankles. Oh no,
Caspian!
Caspian doesn't quite hit the Varus ult, and now Turk should be able to walk away from that one. Meanwhile, in top lane, Hoarder, doesn't quite get the connection into the wall, as we're still just scrapping this one out. Isaac might be a little overextended here, but
Yeah.
there's still no real damage from Hoarder, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. Flat Tire does have that bounty, as was just mentioned, but he's already got a Bloodthirster, so he'll back up. Max able to sidestep the Moonlight Vigil, but in comes Sex Haver Simon on the Master Yi, looking for the big shutdown gold, and he'll pick it up for himself.
Yeah, that's going to be very nice to have in the pocket of the Yi there. Get an extra 300 gold on that kill.
Now, I don't think he actually wants to take that Alpha Strike at the end of that one.
Oh
Max
my.
takes the Weaver's Wall in and gets immediately scooped up by Turk. And now Coin flips up. Won't be able to get away as it's a little hot in that Jarvan jacuzzi from a bit bad. And one good play turns into 3 bad ones, unfortunately. And Team Ambition Power extends their gold lead, and they'll get their first dragon of the game.
Yeah, and that's going to be a second dragon of the game. Their first, right?
I said their first. Well, I tried to say their
okay.
first. If I
My
didn't
bad.
actually say it, maybe
I don't know.
the intention was to
regardless.
say that, yeah.
I got it. I misunderstood what you were saying probably as well, so we're chilling. But yeah, for RTM, they really got to slow down this game. I feel like
I think
he could have maybe gone for it.
I don't know. With the gray health, that gets a little squirrely, I think. Maybe he interrupts the recall and gets it anyway? Is he waiting for his E to come back up? You just bounce off the minion wave and queue back over, maybe?
I mean, he's got his ult up too, so as soon as he goes mega here, it's pretty scary for Isaac, but...
One more hyper proc. There's the ult. Flash away. Gets the wall up into the queue, and he'll get away. Nicely done by Hoarder.
Yeah, that Triumph just barely giving him enough health to survive that. Definitely closer than I thought it was going to be, but...
I told you it was going to be squirrely. And it
yeah,
this
it was
is,
a very nice flash from Isaac, to be
This
clear.
will not be squirrely. Caspian is very dead in this situation.
Ooh.
He's navigating it okay, but yeah, there's not much that he can do. Flat Tire.
I mean, he played it well, but...
Flat Tire just has a billion health thanks to that Bloodthirster and Overheal.
Yep.
That's a pretty strong combination.
Very strong. Mark Boots
Mark
going to be
Boots
found here.
Maybe in a little bit of trouble, but he's got the flashway. Simon, no fear underneath the tower. The Alpha Strike, the last auto, gets the Triumph, and he's fine. For now, until a bit bad gets found by Coin Flips up. He's still only level 5, so he can't break the Jarvan shield with his ult if he wanted to. But he's zipping on out of there. Max just going to send Jarvan back away, and he should be okay. Where is Max going? He gets cut off by Tom Kench. Coin flips up, pulls bit bad away, and I think Max is fine. We successfully saved Talia.
We thought.
maybe not. He gets a little stun. Max just can't quite fight him in the pit now. More nonsense is happening in the jungle. Coin flips up, gets the knockup. Bit Bad's still low, gets hooked back in. Simon eventually finishes him off. And now they'll get... Oh no, he was trying to ward! Oh no.
Oh boy.
Flat
Oh my
tires
God.
hanging out around the wall. They see him on the vision though, so they should know that the Aphelios is there. They don't know about the Lux. Unfortunately, Shelly is marching it down mid. Isn't going to pick up any tower plates, which, I mean, might not have anyway because there's 14 minutes.
Yep. That's so funny. Oh my God, this game just gets more and more hilarious with RTM being the butt of the joke in most of these cases here. 3K gold lead for TAP. Notably though, this Yi has gotten quite a few shutdowns. Picks up the one on the J4, picks up the one on the Lux, picked up the one on the Felios. And that's gonna really help accelerate him and might find another kill here.
Yeah, he's actually...
Oh, great buffer.
He's actually 1,000 gold up on Jarvan, even more now after getting that kill. Despite being down CS and down kills. So that's very funny.
Yep.
This is just a very silly game that we're watching. This
Super silly.
just reminds me of some of the silliness of the gold games that I cast, but these players are very good. Hoarder
Yeah,
is
there's
just
been-
ignoring Bit Bad to go ahead and wallop on that tower. Now throws him into the terrain. The Nar show, he might have this one. It's going to be pretty close. Bit Bad now realizes that he can fight him. We're going to scrap it
Wow.
on out, but Hoarder has that one. Nice little auto cancels, little mechanical play from Hoarder. He's 4-0-2 on Nar somehow.
Yeah, kind of silently has picked up those kills. I mean, 2 of them were right at the beginning of the game, but has picked up another 2 for himself. And RTM trying to engage down here.
Yeah, Weaver's
Nice
wall just
wall.
to cut him
Oh,
off. They'll
yeah.
pull back in flat tire, and he'll fall. Simon picks up the kill. The only 2 people allowed to have kills on ROTM are Hoarder and Simon, by the way. This is
Not the worst place to have your gold, for sure.
Caspian and Max will starve to death, but that's
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, really, really nice Weaver's wall there from Max. Just pinching flat tire.
What is
Right into
happening
the hook.
here?
A TP.
Yeah, we're ulting in. Hoarder's coming on in. He's not quite mega yet. They'll lock up
That's
Master
so
Yi and take him
weird.
down. It's a shutdown going to the Lux. And now Hoarder is mega. Does he have the big Gnar ultimate that we need to see? Instead, they're going to focus on Tom Kench. They'll get the second teleport back in from Max. There's the Gnar show into the wall. Doesn't quite get the stun, but gets the follow-up wallop. They have the damage to take down the Lux finally. Isaac's in trouble, so is Turk. And
Wow.
Gnar is able to pick up 2 of them. Max picks up his first kill of the game, which is illegal, as we said earlier, so we're going to have to remake now. But Bit Bad's going to get pulled in by Quid Flows up. He doesn't have enough damage or enough mana for the knockup. The piercing arrow doesn't quite do it, but the rocks do from Max. And now Flat Tire is the last one left alive. Hoarder has the slows down. The Moonlight Vigil does quite a bit of damage, but he'll get tossed back in by Max. And now the Talia's back in the game.
Yeah, and RTM just flips that gold lead. They say, we don't care about your gold lead. We don't care how much we've been trolling this early game. Able to find the fight there. Hoarder had a really nice ult to set up the rest of the team there. And Aphelios was not in that fight. Otherwise, I think things would have looked very different. But RTM going to get the kills, going to get the dragon. And
Oh!
I
They
almost
do get
spoke
the
too
dragon,
soon.
yeah.
Yep. So now things back in RTM's favor. Turk.
Yeah, Turk had his Hex Flash interrupted there. He was going to Hex Flash on Caspian, but he's the one that got Hex Flashed upon. Does
I don't
Simon
know how
win
this
this
will
one?
go. Oh,
Oh,
I guess
he
does.
wins this one.
Jeez.
Okay,
Oh, he
Jesus.
wins this one big time. Okay, goodbye.
What a champion. Master Yi,
Does he win
ladies and
both of
gentlemen.
these? No. Oh
Yes.
my.
Oh, that was closer than I thought it was going to be. Sometimes
Yeah,
you don't
the
play by
tower
play. You
helping
just
out.
say the word "oh" over and over again while you watch things.
Oh. That's my version of play-by-play casting when I'm just sitting here on the analyst. I just like to add the flavor, you know.
See, it's weird.
while you
Sometimes I have analysts
cast
who
it.
just like sit there silently, and I have to make all the noises, and then I get like overwhelmed by you making noises, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's things happening. I have to talk about them.
You're
And
not
sometimes,
expected.
but sometimes we just at the same time, and that's just the
Mhm.
commentary that you get on the stream, and that has to be okay. It's 18 to 18 in kills in 18 minutes. RTM has a very slight gold advantage. Um, Flat Tire is taking a little bit of damage. Weaver's Wall to pinch him off again, and Flat Tire flashes over the wall. They'll pick up Turk. Flat Tire still survives, but he gets eventually taken down by Hoarder, who is now godlike on the Gnar. Sexhaver Simon picks up his 10th kill of the game. This top side for ROTM is going to be a bit to handle.
Yeah, it is turning out to be Hoarder doing his best someday best summit impression on the Gnar here. 7 kills already, and has just been playing it really aggressively after the lane phase, trying to engage fights, try to convince his team to fall along with him, and it's really worked out as he's joined up in the mid game.
Max. Oh my goodness.
Jeez. Goodbye.
All right.
Poor Mark Boots.
8 kills
Been
for
bullied
Hoarder.
all.
I mean,
I don't know if you wanted that.
yeah, now Hoarder going into Mega Form and just going to launch some stuff into Turk. They have to be careful about Flat Tire. He is doing some damage, as it turns out. Hoarder eventually taking it. The flash in! Hoarder! Able to ball out. They get the knockback on Jarvan. Hoarder is
He
fine.
twerks on him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what a play there. They thought they were going to be able to get that 1,000 gold shutdown, but Hoarder outplaying with the flash there, gets a really nice stun onto Flat Tire, and just pretty much one-shots him from that.
Simon cuts the minion wave in top lane with Sheila to be able to take some of that down. Max has to sidestep. He's out of mana, which is maybe the most salient part of this. And he's eventually going to get run down by Mark Boots and Isaac. A little knockback, but yeah, eventually will fall. Simon is just playing Master E in competitive, I guess. Oh, well, that was an experience. Flat Tire picks up another kill, and they get a little shutdown for their troubles. They can't really get anything off of it.
Though, they could go Baron here, but I think Max is going to be up in enough time with the TP that it's going to be scary, but I think they have to try. This is going to be your best opportunity to take the Baron, so RTM's going to have to do everything they can to stop this. Max, Hoarder going back to get his TP in here, but already down to half health.
Yeah, Flat Tire's on red-white, so you have to be very careful about how you approach this fight if your return to the middle sticks. 1,000 health, they'll take that one away. Hook not quite going to land, but in comes the teleport from Max. Counter hook doesn't land from coin flip sup. They'll dash back over the wall. Hoarder just trying to stack up some of his rage meter. Now they'll... nice Weaver's Wall again to segment everyone off. The knockback only lands on a Flat Tire. He didn't have any summoner spells and he'll fall. They're trying to keep any Baron buffs available that they can. Coin flips up, chasing him down. Does he have the hook onto anyone? Holds, doesn't quite connect onto Mark Boot. Max, just doesn't quite have the range. The flash from Lux, as they have escorted a couple of successful Baron buffs back to base. But how much has it cost them in the process? They'll lose their inhibitor. Simon is just respawned. He's on the bottom side of the rift. He's not really doing anything worthwhile at this point. Hook over the wall, doesn't quite connect onto Isaac. I don't think that was the one he wanted anyway.
Yeah, definitely not. But overall, that's pretty positive for TAP. Able to pick up that Baron, kind of sneak it away, and they only lose one member.
Simon has found Turk and Bitbad in the jungle, and they'll take Turk as a prize. Simon has no chill. Absolutely none.
He flashes
in and not quite able to finish him off thanks to that Gnar ult.
Oh,
the Hoarder, the piercing arrow from Caspian. He picks up some kills. He's on the board finally. Hoarder is just tearing through Mark Boots very, very slowly on the other side. He's the last he's not the last one alive. Coinflip Sup is alive. Hoarder, not quite able to interrupt the flag and drag. And it's 4 for 3? What a mess.
Yeah. Do you like casting games that get this wild? Like, I feel like it's kind of fun and also like hard to do play-by-play when it just gets so erratic like that.
I think it's fun. I would rather have something to talk about at all times than just sit there in silence at a 3 to 2 kill game. So
Very fair. Yeah, Sex Have Simon just flashing into 4 people there, having no fear. The Tom Kench eat, very clear. And now Coin Flips Up is doing the dragon by himself as a Blitzcrank. So
he's not
the
doing
shock
too
coming
bad.
down. Pretty. That shock is coming down so quickly from the passive.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed at how quick that was from Coin Flips Up.
Definitely better damage than I was expecting.
Yeah. He has so much attack speed. He's built a Warden's Mail as his 4th item.
I guess it's good into Aphelios, but
Does it make that much of a difference?
I feel like probably not. But
Like, I mean,
he
you
is the
slow
guy
his
that
attack
has like
speed, but if he's
200
attacking
games
you,
on Yi at this level, so I don't know.
I just feel like if you're being attacked anyway, you're probably dead. It doesn't really matter if you have a Warden's Mail or not.
Yeah, if you're not an alpha, it's gonna be hard.
They found a bit bad, and they'll not be able to get a whole lot done. That's a big Lux ult from Mark
Ooh.
Boot. Oh, that actually didn't do that much damage. Moonlight Vigil, surprisingly little damage as well. They'll get the hook onto Flat Tire. He's got the wallop away though, and eventually falls to an auto that somehow chased him, and the rest of the fight gets exploded as soon as Simon shows up. The double kill, and that should be the game at the end of this one. We'll see if there's any more drama in it. Flash over the wall from Coin Flips Up. He's chasing down. He'll get the knock up onto Isaac, and Sexhammer Simon is in onto Bit Bad. They just tear through the Jarvan. They finish off the Tom Kench. Why not? First kill of the game for Coin Flips Up, and with all the minions streaming into the base, they'll eventually finish off the game and the series 2-0. That was a mess. I think we have described it as that a couple of times, but our team picks up the 2-0.
Well, it definitely wasn't boring, and it felt way longer than 25 minutes. Almost 2 kills a minute average here, so, or I guess over that. So, a very chaotic game, but a fun one to watch. Push and pull in the early game that RTM finds a way to win in the end, mainly off the back of Hoarder and Sexhaver Simon. So, a good series from them. 1-0 in their group play, which is very nice to start the season out there. And get a little revenge game from last year over Team Ambition Power. So,
well, thank you guys for watching. If you don't follow the stream, please hit the follow button, as that does help support us and support Amateur League of Legends. If you have extra money or you have an Amazon Prime subscription, we would also love it if you subscribed. That's all the shilling I've got. Anything you want to add, Lane? Oh, March Madness pick'ems, be on the lookout in our Discord server. That should open up Sunday night, and then you'll have to do your picks by, it's like Tuesday, I think, is usually when the play-in games are. So only a couple of days to get those in, but so keep an eye on the Discord if you want to play and win some prizes.
yeah, I think they technically let you you don't have to do the play-in game selection.
Okay.
So you'll have till like the first day of game on Thursday. So anyway, yeah, great stream, and thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah, we're gonna raid CCS, I guess. Why not? Go say hi to those folks, and we'll see you next week. I
Yep,
think
on
is the next
Friday
game,
for
on
this
Friday.
for this one. See y'all then.